YouTube, Shukun Shubby here with a review of the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Legendary Ranger Key Packs Wave 4. Our final wave of Super Megaforce Ranger Keys, though Bandai has been kind of hinting that we might get some more packs on the horizon with 6 and female Ranger Keys. I'm not holding my breath until we actually get more confirmation on that, besides just a rep saying, yep, there's more to come in the fall, because these are the fall assortment, but we shall see. Anyway, this completes our remaining teams, as well as adds more Mighty Morphin Keys, because we need those in our life. So this is a set of 6 to round off the 7th one, which was the Wave 3, the Super Megaforce Pack B. Don't know why that one released separate than these, but that is how they wanted to distribute it. These are $8.99 each at Target, which is currently where they're found. They're starting to pop up at Walmart's, apparently, and of course, Amazon.com. Just keep checking back there for restocks. So it shouldn't be too hard. They should be popping up at ToysRUs.com anytime now, too. So you have multiple outlets to find these, and they are starting to become easier and easier to find. Except for these two. These two are kind of the rarer ones. This one in particular, the Mighty Morphin set, people just really want. So without further ado, let's go ahead and go through these one by one. We'll take a look at the Legendary Morpher and the scanner app. Alright, so first up is Mighty Morphin Pack B. Now this set features Armored Red, Green, and White Mighty Morphin Rangers. Now the cool thing about this is that the Armored Red key actually didn't exist in either show, really. And it's an exclusive to the US. Japan never got an Armored Red Ranger key because the concept's kind of silly. But they needed something special to put in this set as the Red Ranger representative, and so they decided to use Armored Red, which I think is kind of neat. I do really dig Armored Red. I don't understand why it's kind of Saban and Bandai's go-to thing for anything Mighty Morphin. They just seem to really like to pimp out Armored Red. But I do really dig it. It's a cool little key. Obviously, it has the same chest pattern as Green, which also looks kind of neat. As always, the head sculpts are actually pretty nice on these. And here is White. So all in all, pretty cool. Don't have any white keys, so that is kind of cool. Green and White actually have their coins as their logo, which I think is kind of cool. It's an unfortunate thing for the Alien Rangers. We'll take a look at them, and you'll see why, but still kind of neat that you get their coins in there as their symbols. So overall, a nice little set of keys, especially if you're a fan of Mighty Morphin. This will complete all of the males. The females are going to be in that 20-key Legendary Morpher pack that Bandai is doing. Now, these all say Mighty Morphin in the Legendary Morpher, so we're just going to use Armored Red because he is exclusive and neat. Next up is the Alien Rangers, Red, Blue, and Black. I like the fact that they actually included the right shade of blue, because Alien Blue was the lighter shade of blue as opposed to the normal darker color. I'm currently watching Kaku Ranger and Mighty Morphin Season 3/Alien Rangers, so this key set's right up my alley right now. So pretty cool. We've seen the Alien Red key before from the Hand Gear review. Not too different than the one in that pack. Here is Blue. Like I said, I really like the shade of blue. So I'm glad they actually made it accurate. And Black. Accurate enough to even include the white bolt instead of just being black. So that is kind of cool. I really like their designs. I've always dug the Alien Ranger designs. So these keys are very neat. Unfortunately, they use the MMPR Tribe logo on their keys, which is very unfortunate because they have logos of their own. Granted, they do say Mighty Morphin in the Legendary Morpher, so that is very unfortunate, I think, that they are stuck with the Tribe logos. But what can you do? Not a whole lot. Custom stickers? Maybe. Who knows? And while I totally do wish it said Alien Rangers, they are the Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, so I guess it makes sense.
Mighty Morphin Red. Mighty Morphin Blue. Mighty Morphin Black.
Next up is the Dino Thunder Legendary Ranger Key Pack featuring red, blue, and black. Despite the fact that Dino Thunder started as a 3-person team with red, blue, and yellow, they had to include Tommy because men, I guess. That's what everyone's saying. I just think it's because Tommy. But anywho, they're not bad. I really dig them. They're not my favorite designs. They never have been. But the key versions of these are pretty neat. My black has a little bit of helmet paint splotches on it. Just by the lines being so thick. But overall, they aren't that bad. And I do dig them. They're, like I said, the helmets on these are actually really good. I will give props to the Bandai America Ranger Keys because the helmets are usually always very, very good. So all three of these guys have the Dino Thunder little footprint. Do dinosaurs have paws? I don't know. Logo on them, as you can see right here. And of course, all of them do say Dino Thunder in the Legendary Morpher.
Dino Thunder. Dino Thunder Red. Dino Thunder Blue. Dino Thunder Black.
Next up is the Operation Overdrive Legendary Ranger Key Pack featuring red, blue, and black. And once again, they're not too bad. Head sculpts are very nice. However, mine has some paint scuffs on the white here. 2 on red, 1 little tiny nick on blue, and black is pretty good. But as it stands, not bad. Like I said, the helmet detailings are pretty good for what they're worth. Those helmets weren't all too detailed, but I like how they turned out. They even have all the detailing going through the legs and the arms, so they paid attention to detail on these, and I am always thankful for that. You have the Overdrive logo right there in the QR code section on all 3 of these guys, so nothing too crazy there. So there you have it.
Operation Overdrive. Operation Overdrive Red. Operation Overdrive Blue. Overdrive. Black.
Next, we have the Jungle Fury Ranger Key Pack featuring red, blue, and yellow. So it's pretty cool we get another yellow key. Those are kind of rare in these packs, so it's always nice to get one since Dino Thunder got shafted. And they look nice. I don't really have any huge complaints about these ones. I don't have any paint scuffs. They all look fairly accurate. The scratch logos, or Jungle Fury logos, I guess you can call them on here, look great. And the helmets are nicely sculpted too. Again, they had some pretty standard helmets, so it's not missing a whole lot of detailing that would be kind of hard to get on something of this size. But I dig the way that they look. Flip this open. On the inside you have the logo that I just mentioned. Flip them all up. And there you go. Kind of hard to see the logo in there, but it's definitely there. Albeit very tiny.
Jungle Fury. Jungle Fury. Red. Jungle Fury. Blue. Jungle Fury. Yellow.
And then finally we wrap up with the RPM Legendary Ranger Key Pack featuring red, blue, and yellow as well. 1, 2, and 3. Yay for numbers. So I really dig RPM, and they actually did a fairly decent job on these, but it's not perfect. In fact, these are probably the worst looking helmets out of the bunch, unfortunately. The numbers on their chest are nicely represented, as are the little seatbelt designs. But that can't really forgive how kind of awful the helmets look. They're nicely detailed and sculpted, but the paint is just really off. In fact, on red, I'll just leave it to the visuals here. It's chipping and looks lopsided, and it's just not that great, unfortunately. Flip them up and you do have the RPM logo right there in the QR code area. So you can take a look at those.
RPM. RPM. Red. RPM. Blue. RPM. Yellow.
And now our collection screen should have every retail release Ranger Key Bandai America has to offer, unless the rumor is true and we do get more. This is unfortunately it as of right now. So overall, these actually aren't that bad. If you've been collecting the American Ranger Keys up through this point, then obviously these are all must-haves. If you haven't and you do like any of these teams, I do recommend picking them up. RPM, despite being one of my favorite seasons, is unfortunately probably the worst of the bunch in my opinion. At least in my purchase, the helmets are just really, really awful looking. And there's really no forgiving that given how good some of the other helmets look. So if you're a fan of any of these seasons, I do definitely recommend picking them up. As always, for $8.99 to $10.99, depending on where you pick these up. Or $7.99 to $10.99, depending on where you pick these up, rather. Your mileage may vary sort of thing. Personally, I feel that they're too overly expensive for what you end up getting, especially when you compare them to the price of the Japanese versions, which are definitely a lot more detailed and a lot bigger. It seems like a little bit of a waste for the price that we're paying, we probably should have gotten more than 3 keys in the pack, and that's really where the biggest fault of these comes from, is not having complete teams, or at least complete core teams. So it's really an unfortunate thing. But looking at the keys themselves, I do like the small size, I like the flip factor, and they don't look that bad. Small size, regardless, I don't think they look bad, and they are certainly fun in Legendary Morpher, even if the phrases in that thing are limited as well. Just looking at the keys themselves, I do recommend them to fans of those certain seasons, or if you've been collecting all the Ranger keys up through this point, obviously you're going to want to pick these up. At the end of the day, I do enjoy them, even though some of the paint applications are a little bit spotty on some. Overall, they're not that bad. And the key selection in these wave is good. Yep, it's late, and you can tell. So at the end of the day, I think this wave was pretty awesome all in all, and I do recommend them for fans of these things. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.